I'm the Partnership and Funding Manager at EIT Food Northwest. Today, Aimee Fee, she is our Nutrition and Partnership Intern. She will support you as the moderator. So if you have any questions, just please drop them in the chat. Okay. We will see today the drivers for the change to the new partnership model, the new partnership categories, and which are the services that are associated to these different categories. And also, we would like to receive some feedback from you. We will do some exercises through Mentimeter. Okay. Now we're going to start with a couple of questions that we would like you to participate in. Okay, just let me show you that. Okay. 1 second. Okay, if you could please go to Mentimeter and enter using the code 26350468 and answer to this question. What words comes to mind when you hear EIT food? You have to go to menti.com and then use the code 26350468. We can also copy this link. Okay. We have 5 answers now. Aimee, could you help us with the answers?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the answers that we are receiving? I think that we have now 6.
Network, innovation, community, food tech, opportunities, food startups, change, research projects, complex, food innovation, network, food and community.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we are going to give you a couple of more seconds to add to menti.com. So we have now 14 answers. So we see that many of your answers are related to the network and the community value, but also about innovation and technology. We have one answer related to startups, but just one. Okay, great. Thank you. So we are going to go now to the next question that we have. Okay. And the next question is, what's your highest priority? When you, just 1 second, I'm going to do that. What's your highest priority? Okay. Can you see the question? Okay, so what's your highest priority when you think about EIT food and the engagement that you have with EIT food? Is it the delivery of projects? Is it networking? Is the development of a strategy? What is your highest priority when you have to think about your engagement with EIT food? Okay, so let's see the results. So the highest priority is the delivery of projects and also networking in the second position, but very close to delivery of projects. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to start now with our presentation, taking in account these answers as are going to be part of the discussion. Good. So the new partnership model is based on some drivers, in 5 drivers that are the basis of this change. The first one is that the food system challenges require a systemic approach, and that they also require a long-term strategy. This is something that is supporting this change, as we have previously worked on projects that work on the short term. So at the moment, we are moving to a systemic approach that is also based on the missions, as we will see in a couple of minutes. We also think that it's very important, as you have mentioned, the networking and the community for our partners. This has a value that we want to incorporate into the new design. We also have some macro or external inputs that act as drivers for change. And one is Horizon Europe, and the other is the EIT regulation. If we think about Horizon Europe, we have to move to an open scheme, to an open innovation, to become an open innovation network, more transparent and more fluid with external organizations, and not only with our current partners and current community. We also have an external driver, that is the financial sustainability that we need to achieve. We need to achieve a financial independence. And this means that we have to diverse our funding sources, and we have to broaden our funding scope. So these drivers for change have some effects, and we're going to see that now. So in the past, we were focused on the EIT grant. The main point of becoming a partner was to be part of this network, but also to access to funding. And now we are focused on impact, on long-term impact. Instead of being the only source of funding, we are going to a scenario in which we are going to have multiple funders, and we are also working in a mission approach that is going to provide systemic solutions instead of delivering point solutions, right? And of course, this goes in a long-term horizon. The foundations of the new partnership model are based on 3 design principles. The first one is to incorporate the network effects, the one that you have highlighted as the most important one, and also to attend the different interests that our partners have. We need to understand that diversity and to use that diversity to foster innovation. And we have to transcend EIT. So we know that we have created the strongest food innovation network in Europe, and we offer our partners a mix of pan-European and local presence with broad food system innovation opportunities and focus on technical innovation. We combine high-level and local opportunities with European and increasingly global impact. That is part of our network value and innovation capabilities. We link organizations across academia, industry, public sector, and communities. Sorry?
I think it's just background noise.
Okay, sorry. These connections are the foundation of successful market innovation, complemented by engagement with highly skilled problem-solving networks. So if we have to talk about our strategic engagement, we work across with different key organizations. And in the future, we will have a figure that is going to be the strategic partners, and they will be actively engaged in setting a strategic direction and they will benefit from the opportunity to advocate for innovation through the channels that EIT Food creates and manages with stakeholders in the sector. We will bring expertise and insight into the partnership, translating future EU regulation into action plans and for effective innovation, acting as a bridge between the Commission, the European Commission, and the food system. If we think about the project and funding opportunities, EIT will continue to be a significant source of funding for our partnership, but we are investing in developing additional funding sources to support partners and projects. At national and regional level, we are engaging with governments and funding agencies to address local challenges. We are also engaging with the Commission to secure funding through programs like the Green Deal, Future Mission Calls, and other Horizon Europe programming. Okay. If we go to our future partnership structure, it incorporates 3 different components. One, of course, is the category, but also we have to talk about the type of services that these categories will receive and the size of the organization that will become a partner in this new model. So we have 2 categories of partner and 1 category of member. So the first one is the strategic partner. And as we have mentioned, they are actively engaged in a strategic direction and are account managed by EIT Food. The delivery partners, they are focused on delivering projects or programs and engaging on bid work. And the community members, they are not partners, but they are part of our network, are a larger group of organizations who share our vision. They are like-minded organizations. If we have to think about this in terms of service, so the strategic partner will develop the strategy conjointly with EIT Food. And we will also have a higher level of engagement with that partner. We will help them deliver their strategy in the spaces that are common to the EIT Food missions. The strategic partners will promote the strategy through key platforms and also through a curate network. They will build the funding pipeline and create opportunities. And of course, they could also access to funding, and they could also submit application for the calls, but that's not the main focus or interest of this category. The delivery partners will inform the strategy that has been co-developed between the strategic partners and EIT Food. They will active network, but they will be delivery focused. They will more at the task, at the activity level. And the strategic partners will be more at the leadership level. The delivery partners will be involved in bids and consortia. Finally, the community members will address the strategy. They will have access to the network and they will be open for opportunities. However, their engagement will be mostly digital. If we think about the partner size, that's the other variable that we have to take into account when we're thinking about the new partnership structure. We will have 4 different sizes, and this is a novelty that many of our partners, especially those that are small companies, small organizations, and medium-sized organizations, will like, and this will have some effects also on the partnership fee, as we will see in the next slide. So the partner size will incorporate or will take into account 2 different variables, or we can say 3. One is the turnover, the number of employees, and also the number of branches and the international presence of that partner. Okay.
Paula, there's just a question.
Yes.
What does open for opportunities mean concretely for community members?
Okay, I will go to that in a minute. I'm just one moment. So if we go to the partnership fees, we have the 4 sizes and the 3 levels that we have mentioned. More than 3 levels, let's say 3 different type of engagements with the KIC. The fees are paid annually, but in the case of strategic partners, we will ask for a for a commitment of 3 years, but the fees will be annual. Okay, let's go back to the other slide. Okay, so if we think about community members, to be open for opportunities means that they will be part of our network. And if they would like to apply to submit an application for a call or to participate in any of our grants or calls or programs, they will be able to do that. But there will be some administrative fees that they will have to respond. So if your interest or the interest of any organization is to deliver activities, you have to think about how many activities you have to be part of. And I mean, if it's going to be financially wise or have, financial sense or not to, for example, be a community member if you would like to deliver activities. Because of course, if you go to the fees, yes, the fees are smaller, but if you have to pay for the administrative fees, well, perhaps it's not, I mean, you have to think if that's the best option that you have, also because you, as a community member, the access to some of the events and some of the activities. Yes. As a community member, access to some of the activities and different actions that we will have is going to be limited. So you have to think which is the best option for you. Yes, Aimee, do we have more questions till now?
Yeah, there's 2 more. Can members be based anywhere in the world or only in EU member states?
Could you repeat that one, sorry?
Can members be based anywhere in the world or only in EU member states?
Okay, so the general answer could be they have to be part of, they have to be associated or part of the European Union. However, there are some, we will have to think about that question. I mean, perhaps you have, perhaps we can talk later, but the general answer is to be part of the European Union or an associated country. But we can see that later. Yeah.
For universities, how are they classified in terms of large, mid-cap, medium, and SME?
So in the case of it, all the organizations are going to be assessed with this partner size chart. So this applies to any type of organizations.
How will community fee be defined? Is there a fixed fee for administration fee, she means?
We will provide that information later on, but there will be some administrative fees. At the moment, I don't have the administrative fees for that are going to be applicable for the community members, but we will have that.
How much are admin fees? Why are we paying EIT Food Project admin fees separate to the partnership fees? Feels like a double charging.
Okay, so we can take that later on. And yes, just take note of who has asked that question, and I will reply back when we have the fees and more information on the fees. More questions, Aimee?
Yeah, there's quite a few. Is there any category for companies smaller than SME? These categories do not consider the most innovative companies have less than 20 employees. It's strange they should pay the same as a company with 249.
Okay, so this is the chart that we are using. So at the moment, we will work with this for different sizes, but we take note of your suggestion, and we will get back to you if this changes.
You said that the community fee is limited. More detail is needed.
Okay.
Turnover, turnover, we're not a business. Unis are classified as a charity. And then another question is, what exactly does the 3-year commitment for strategic partner refer to? Only that for 3 years, they cannot change the type of membership, or are there further commitments?
Okay, so we will see in a couple of slides what does it mean to become a strategic partner, and as we need a higher engagement and a higher in commitment from that organization, we need to think that that organization is going to work with us for 3 years, because we have to develop a strategy. So it's more, let's say, like a moral engagement rather than financial engagement, and that's why the fees are paid year by year, and not in you don't pay for 3 years in just one time. You just do it like yearly. So so that is what it means, but we will go through that in a couple of minutes. More questions, Aimee?
Can you elaborate on the current EIT Food members based in Switzerland, which is not associated to Horizon Europe for the time being?
Okay, we take note of that question, and we will get back to you later on.
Okay. How much are admin fees?
Okay, another one on. Okay, you can omit the ones on admin fees, because I don't have the answer now.
When you assess university/RTOs, will you assess them as a whole or only the size of relevant departments?
So universities are going to be assessed as the whole organization. They are not going to be assessed by the department. If this changes, we will inform that.
And then this isn't really a question, but it's just, I agree there is a problem with the definition for RTOs in universities. We do not classify as businesses. Also, affiliated entities are not welcome anymore. I saw the changes to the statutes bylaws. We noticed that the definition used under Horizon Europe rules is being changed.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So I think it's very useful, all the comments and questions that you are putting on the chat, and also sharing, with all the attendees. And we are taking note of that. I'm going to inform the rest of the team on these topics, and we will get back to you when we have more information. At the moment, this is the partner size chart that we are using, and all organizations independently on the type of purpose that they have, they will be assessed with this chart. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit forward. Okay, do we have any other questions, Aimee?
No, that's it.
Okay, good. Okay. So strategic partners. So we support strategic partners to develop and lead on the strategic approach for the mission, impact area, and or geographic area they are focused on. This alignment is developed through the strategic engagement planning workshop and supplemented with strategic workshops aligned to our mission strategy and or regional. Just one second. This alignment is developed through the strategic engagement planning workshop and supplemented with strategic workshops aligned to our mission strategy and or regional strategy per the partner's expertise and focus, complemented by C-level roundtables to discuss pre-competitive issues of strategic importance. The insights from our strategic partners will be incorporated into the EIT Food's annual planning, including events, calls, funder engagement, etc. The scope of our missions and engagement at the European, regional, and national level will be shaped through our strategic partners' engagement plans, their work on think tanks, and also on strategy workshops. So our strategic partners will have the opportunity to be involved in our think tanks and in our regional advisory councils. Quarterly engagement reviews will be led by their key account manager, and this will be focused on optimizing engagement and developing a network and project program plans, as well as identifying possible or future opportunities, potential funding opportunities, and bids. The KIC EIT Food will provide active networking to engage strategic partners and will develop a network plan for each of these partners. We will support our strategic partners to find complementary organizations, and we will also support them to create a strong consortia to deliver projects and programs, and also to work on bids and proposals, not only at EIT Food, but also with external organizations. Okay. We will work with our strategic partners to identify funding opportunities aligned to our missions and also aligned with our strategic objectives. And we will work with them to create opportunities to access funding. Right? So if we briefly summarize this, so they will have, our strategic partners will have a strategic engagement plan. They will have a key account manager, and they will receive, of course, or they will work with their key account manager to develop consortia connections or consortium connections. They will participate in different platforms, as you see here, and also in key events such as COP, for example. And they will have a high level of involvement on the governance of EIT Food. They will have 5 votes at the partner assembly, and they will have some input on the strategy. So this is a brief summary. So strategic partners will receive from their key account managers and also from EIT Food a multi-layer interaction. Is not only going to be based with the master contact, but with other points of contact within that organization, within the partner organization. They will have a multi-annual plan and exclusive workshops. They will help to create opportunities. They will design the opportunities or co-design the opportunities with EIT Food and collaborate on complex bids. And they will shape, or that's the main purpose, to shape the innovation agenda for the agri-food sector in a long term period. So this is the annual activity outline. We can go back to this in a couple of minutes. I think that we can go on now to the delivery partner. Do we have any questions, Aimee, at the moment?
Yeah, fundraising for whom? You mentioned on the last slide.
Okay. So fundraising for the community and to deliver projects, to, well, basically deliver our missions. Do we have any? Sorry?
Are the changes to be enforced next year? Will this influence the next year budget of our projects? Will there still be funding limits for individual types of partners, and how will they shape up?
Okay, so so from that question, I will answer this part. So from next year, this will be our new framework. So this will start next year, and yes. So I take note of the other part, and we'll get back to you. So if we move now to the other category of partners that we have, is the delivery partner. And delivery partners will be managed by one of our account managers, and they will be engaged mostly virtually with these account managers. It's going to be that much of face-to-face. The framework for the year ahead, it will be set with a partner plan, which will identify opportunities to engage in activities and also to support the delivery partner to build a network that will enable them to create a strong consortia. The annual plan will identify calls, funding bids, and open opportunities that this partner can be interested in. This work is not just focused on funded programs. We will work with our delivery partners also to support them to meet their objectives through building networks, engaging in events, connecting to programs. And their delivery partners, we have to mention, they are not directly involved in developing the EIT food strategy, but they are likely to be working in consortia with strategic partners, and they will also be part of our extended networks. So they can use in that space their domain expertise to shape the issues we tackle in our strategy. The delivery partners have a key contribution to ensure that we can deliver the impact we set out to achieve through our strategic objectives. So delivery partners will be engaged in an annual strategy dissemination event, and well, they will have an important role at both at regional and local level, so they can meet their objectives and ours within the missions. So if we think about networking and matchmaking through the planning process, we will work with the delivery partners to identify gaps in their network and where they need to engage organizations to enable them to meet their goals and to find complementary organizations, for example, to enable commercialization following innovation activities. If we think about project and funding opportunities, delivery partners are incorporated into fundraising work aligned to strategic areas and our missions. EIT Food will orchestrate big consortia, including delivery and strategic partners, based on the partners' needs and strengths identified in the planning process. Delivery partners will be informed about upcoming fundraising opportunities, such as Horizon Europe calls, and will be encouraged to engage and provide, and we will provide this information so they can form consortia. So this is also the activity outline, and let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is a summary. So one of the points that you have to take in account, I mean, besides the fact that, of course, they are not going to be engaged at a strategic level, at a strategic level, is that they will work on an annual plan instead of a multi-annual plan. And of course, they will have a different type of engagement in the governance of EIT Food. We will see that in a minute. And the type of interaction with EIT Food will be different. It's going to be more like a one-layer interaction instead of a multi-layer one. So they will also have a vote in the partner assembly, but it's going to be just one vote. So perhaps this is also a summary of what we have mentioned before. So they will engage with the network to be able to submit applications and to build a consortium. They will also have an account manager, and they will have an annual plan instead of a multi-annual one. They will use different platforms. For example, they will be part of the national and regional events. This includes not only online events, but also face-to-face. They will be part of the partner assembly, and they will participate in the mission programs as a delivery organization. Okay. Do we have any questions, Aimee, till now?
Yeah, I think this one refers back to the strategic partners. Sorry, but it's not very clear. Is there any kind of penalty of the organization if they have to leave before the 3 years?
No, there is no penalty. But we need to have like the moral commitment. It's a matter of engagement with the community. There's no penalty or punishment. Yeah.
Next year means 2023.
Yes.
Yes. And when are we supposed to communicate if we accept or don't accept the new conditions? What's the time frame, and how should this communication reach EIT Food?
Okay. We will provide a deadline we will provide a deadline. I don't have the date yet, but at this moment, or at the moment, is common sense. So if we start in 2023, we would expect to have a response in November or in December, the latest. But if you have made your decision, it could make our life easier, and also yours to communicate, which is the type of membership that you would like to have. Because if you change to the new membership, or sorry, to the new model now, you will start receiving that type of service from now. And for example, if you become a strategic partner, you will have to receive a strategic workshop. So we have to plan that. We have to organize that with you. The same could happen with delivery partner. We also have to organize different activities. So we need to know in advance if you can, which is going to be your decision. So we can work together on that. I don't know if that answers the question.
What if they withdraw? Will there be penalties?
Could you repeat that one? Sorry.
What if we withdraw? Will there be any penalties?
So that's a broader one. So it doesn't refer to the type of membership, strategic or delivery. It's just if we okay. So as it is so general, the question, I would skip that one. And if you would like to contact me and just explain a little bit more, I would be happy to answer or to look for further information. Yes.
Is this relevant only for business creation or also to education and innovation?
This is relevant for the 4 pillars that are part of EIT Food, and the 4 pillars are education, innovation, entrepreneurship, and also public engagement. This is going to work across the 4 pillars. So yes. So would you like to reframe or rephrase that question? Perhaps I can answer that a little bit more. So you were thinking about the entrepreneurship programs, or what you were asking about?
In terms of what I asked about the timeframes to withdraw and stuff, someone has said that they've contacted their point of contact, but have got no answers.
Okay, so Aimee, please put down my email address there. I think that it's also available on the internet, but put my email there and they can contact me, and I will do my best to put you in touch with the right person.
Have a significant number of entities already made their decisions on their future membership status, and can you give us a current picture?
Okay, that's a good question. So at the moment, in our case, I'm part of the Northwest region. We have received many confirmations as strategic partners, and we are working on the other membership types. But we hope to have the answers soon. But we are doing quite well at the strategic level, I would say. Any other questions? More questions, Aimee?
No, I think that's it for now.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's move on to community members. As I mentioned before, these are not partners, are part of our network. So they are mostly engaged through our digital channels. And of course, they will have support from our partnership team. They will be able to reach out to other organizations in our network, and they will be also able to provide feedback and engage in dialogues through platforms such as Food Hive. We expect our community partners to be to provide ideas and insights as part of our mission programs. And of course, they can lead or join consortia with other organizations, and also to bid for funded work in general. Community members will be invited to virtual, regional, and local events, and will be encouraged to form thematic alignments and be active in communities of practice. They will be informed about upcoming fundraising opportunities through digital channels, and will have full visibility of calls and opportunities to engage on projects and programs. Okay. So this is a summary. The main point here that we have not mentioned yet is that they will not have any governance role. They will be open for opportunities. They will work on cross-dissemination and outreach, and they will participate on some of the EIT food events and community activities. They will be mainly aligned to our strategy. They are like-minded organizations, and we will just cross-post and network with them in our community. Do we have any questions till now, Aimee?
Just, are we going to share the slides?
I think yes.
And will community members be contacted to complete consortia?
To complete consortia? Could you repeat the question, Aimee? Sorry.
Yeah, will community members be contacted to complete consortia?
I'm not sure if I understand the question, but I assume that you are asking, and please let me know if this is right. If you're asking
to be part of consortia, will community members be contacted to be part of consortia applying for grants?
Okay, so community members will be part of the network, and they will be open for opportunities. And this means that they will have to look for the opportunities and the connections within our community. We will not take the lead on that. We will have a more passive role in that sense, if that's the question about.
Can community members be project partners? And if yes, how many projects can they join?
Okay, that's a good question. We will get back to you. So they are, as the general answer could be that they are open for all opportunities. So they can join as many projects as they want. However, they will have to pay for administrative fees.
Can they lead a project?
I would say that yes, but let me double check that one.
And that's it for now.
Okay, perfect. So here on your screen, you will see the partnership service summary. So I assume that it's very small, the size of the typography. Is that right, Aimee?
Yes.
The size of yeah. So I mean, this is something that you can browse later on. But as a general comment, what I would say is that you clearly see here that as a community member, the service is going to be quite limited, and it's going to be more like a digital type of engagement within the network. And if you are a delivery partner, of course, you're going to have more features, more benefits, but you're not going to be involved in the strategic level. So this is something that you can check later on, but it's a summary of what we have discussed today. So if we have to think about transitioning your organization, good. Just 1 second. So you have to answer these questions. So for example, would you like to build a network and find collaborators? And if that's your only need, you can become a community member. But if it is not, for example, if you would like to develop and deliver projects and programs, you could be a delivery or a strategic partner. You have to think about that. And if you would like to have an input in the strategy direction, not only at EIT Food, but across Europe and increasingly globally, you will have to become a strategic partner. And if you're only looking for funding for a specific activity, you might need only to go through a project agreement. So this is more or less the let's say like the decision matrix that you have is not a matrix, but decision paths that you can go through. So the next steps are, you have to think about what is important for you, what is the type of engagement that you would like to have. Of course, you have to think about that if you become a strategic partner, it's not only about paying a fee, and you will have to have a higher engagement. So that is going to require more time. It's going to be more time consuming. And you will have to have somebody in your team that will be able to provide that, at least one person. And of course, we are not only going to work with you to develop, to co-develop or to work together in our strategy at EIT Food. We're going to work with you in those points that we have in common at your organization. But that will take time. And if you're more interested in delivering projects, and so perhaps the delivery option could be the right one for you. And if you would like to connect with other organizations, but still be open for opportunities, and you would like to cross-disseminate the content that we produce at EIT Food and the content that you have in common with EIT Food within your organization, perhaps the community membership could be the right for you. So if you make the decision, there will be a letter of intent in which you will have to confirm the type of membership that you have chosen. And in the case of the strategic partners, this will be followed by a workshop to fast start in 2023. Some of the workshops are happening now, and some of the others are going to start in Q1. But as the general practice, the workshops will be led in Q3 and in Q4 of each year, just to plan the following year. So do we have any questions till now, Aimee?
No questions, just can you get back to all of us in an email the answers to all the questions you said you would get back with?
Yes, we will do that. We will do that in the following days. Okay, no worries. Okay, do we have any other questions, any other comments?
No.
Okay, so good. So I would like to ask a couple of final questions before we end. Okay, good. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, so please go back to Mentimeter. So suppose that you would like to become a strategic partner. What would be in that case your goals, purposes, and expectations regarding that partnership figure? So please go to menti.com and use the code 26350468 and indicate which could be your expectations or purposes or goals in that partnership category. What would you expect to be fulfilled by becoming a strategic partner? We don't have any answers yet. Okay, so this is the link here. Okay. Let me check if it is working. Okay, we are not getting any answers. Okay, we have one now. Okay, it's working. Contribute to drafting future Horizon Europe calls. Okay.
Someone said they can't access menti.com, so that could be an issue just.
Okay. Funding opportunities for collaboration activities. Okay, so these funding opportunities for collaboration activities is more related with the delivery level, partnership with enterprises, okay? Increase emphasis on the roles of universities within EIT Food. Okay, do we have more answers? Improvement of higher education initiatives, innovation and commercialization capacity. Okay. Thank you very much for all of these answers. I will give you a couple of seconds more to add more ideas. I think it's very helpful for us. Thank you for this. Okay, so I think, Aimee, you can share now your screen with your questions. Let me... Okay, so now we will make the same question, but regarding the delivery partner figure. Okay, so what are your goals, purposes, and expectations in becoming a delivery partner? In this case, please use the code 2446-5808. Okay, we don't have any answers yet. Please take your time. Okay, participation in projects. This is correct. This is very good. Establishing collaboration with industrial partners, access to funding. Thank you for your answers. Okay, you have a couple of seconds more to add more ideas. Funding for delivering projects, okay, collaboration with local entrepreneurship actors. Being informed of the formation of consortia, looking for partner, excellent. Okay, perfect. So Aimee, I think that we can go to the final question that will be on the community member type. So if you could please share your thoughts on what could be the goals, purposes, and expectations in this type of membership. Okay, networking, participates in projects and access to grants. Okay. Good, you have a couple of seconds more to add some more ideas on the community membership. Access to platforms for networking and participating in projects, join project implementations to make a change in the regions. Okay. building capacity to become a strategic partner down the line. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your responses. We will share the link of this recording, and also we will provide the slides later on. If you have any other questions, I will put my email on the chat. Just let me know. I think that Aimee did it. Yeah, okay, so if that's done, just take my email from the chat, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much for being part of this webinar today, and we hope that it has been informative and you can take now your decision in the next few days. Thank you very much, and see you soon.